Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the CEO of Im Tirtzu, Matan Peleg.
Thank you. Hi guys, shalom. Well, I think some of the people here know me. My name is Matan Peleg. I'm the CEO of Im Tirtzu movement. Im Tirtzu is like, I would say like the turning point USA of Israel, but you are doing it like big size and we are doing it Israeli size. But we are sharing the same core values. Have the same passion to our countries and so on and so on. I think you didn't invite me to speak about Im Tirtzu. You invited me to speak about Israel. But before we are going to speak about Israel and how amazing it is and how important it is for the Jews all over the world and for humankind, I want to take one step back. I want to make a zoom out. Let's go to the satellite perspective. And why it is? It is because it's important every time before you go to a clash, you go to a debate, you need to ask yourself, what will be my surrounding? What will be my environment? Where I'm going to fight? Where I'm going to defend my assets? It's very important. And for that, I don't want to sound corny, but I want to go for a second for Genesis, the Bible. Genesis 1. And in a second you will understand why. I want to read it for you. Just when God began to create heaven and earth, the earth being unformed and void, with darkness over the surface of the deep. I'm jumping. God said, "Let there be light." And there was light. God saw that the light was good, and God separated the light from the darkness. I'm jumping. The second day, God created the sky. The day after, he reveals the land and grows plants and trees. Day after, God creates the sun, the moon, the stars. The fifth day, God creates the fish and the birds. Okay. The sixth day, Friday, our day, I want to read it to you. This is amazing. And God said, "Let us make humankind in our image." And God created humankind in the divine image, creating it in the image of God, creating them male and female. Simple as that. That's it. If you're clapping hands now, you understand. Ladies and gentlemen, in our days, Genesis 1 is under attack, okay? Under fire. We are living in a lunatic time. Now you want... Okay. So now you want me to explain you how to advocate better for Israel? People don't know the differences between male and female, darkness and light. Long and short. This is amazing. We're living in a lunatic time. Few years ago, we debated, not very far ago, we debated in passion, we debated on the meaning of life. Now, we are debating on what is a woman? What is a truth? This is unbelievable. Genesis 1 is telling us that creation started in words. Words are very important to debate, to talk. Today, if you are on campus around the world and you say that men cannot get pregnant, people want to crucify you. You cannot speak. This is the time that we are. And then I thought about it, if we'll go back to Israel for a second, we can see something very interesting. If you have a problem with the word truth, if you have a problem with say that there is a male and female, if you have a problem with say this is wrong and this is good, this is evil, this is light, if you have a problem, if you are an activist in the movement to erase those truths, then you probably will hate Israel. And it goes, by the way, the other way around. If you don't, if not forget, if, let's say that you're not a pro-Israeli activist, but if you're a realistic guy and knows the differences between this and that, probably you will say, you know what? Israel is not such a bad country. Why do I need to be obsessed against it? It provides more human rights, more civil rights than most of the countries in the world. If you'll take African continent, for example, 1.3 billion people. From South Africa, go north, Niger, Nigeria, Congo, Burkina Faso, Sudan, Egypt. Not one country in Africa provides human rights, civil rights, children's rights like Israel. Let's go to the east. Middle East, Iraq, Iran, Lebanon, Jordan, Saudi Arabia, Yemen, Iran, Iraq. All those countries don't provide human rights and civil rights as Israel. Go more to east, to Asia, Mongolia, China, Russia, Ukraine, North Korea. I forgot before. You will not find a country good as Israel. So why are you obsessed against it? This is very simple. Now, there are only three reasons why to be against Israel. One, maybe you are an anti-Semite. Two, maybe you are an ignorant. And three, maybe you are you're a hypocrite. Or maybe you're those three together. But how can you say that I'm against Israel? Okay, you are against Israel. But what about the children in Afghanistan? What about the women in Nigeria? What about the minorities in India? What about the children in China? Okay, people are slaves in China. Okay, they're working 24 hours a day. They don't have rights. What about them? Why are you not BDS them? What do you want about this small country of Israel, 10 million people top? Why do you care? Yeah, but what about Gaza? Yeah, okay, so what about Gaza? What about Gaza? In 2005, Israel took 10,000 people out, Jews, 10,000 Jews out of Gaza Strip. Just, we knew that it will not make peace, but we thought maybe it will strengthen the possibility of maybe doing peace one day. What happened a year after? The Hamas took control in a very violent uprising and took control on Gaza. And today there are 2 million people in Gaza, Arabs, who are hostages to a vicious terror organization, and no one cares about them. Yeah, but what about Gaza? You tell me what about Gaza. Yeah. I don't know, some people are naive. They say, yeah, but maybe it could be the Silicon Valley of the Middle East if Israel wouldn't blockade it or something. Who block what? We went out of there. We left their agriculture system that was working, and they just destroyed everything. Anyway, yeah, but what about the Palestinian refugees? Yeah, what about them? Okay, what about them? After World War II, were almost more than 50 million refugees around the world. Do you know how much refugee camps there are in Europe today from this war? And it was only 3 years, it ended only 3 years before, 48. How much refugee camps? None, not even one. There are millions of refugees around the world. You know that when they split Indochina to 2 countries, Pakistan and India, 7 million Hindis flew out of Pakistan, and 7 million Muslims flew out from India. It's like 14 million people altogether. Not one stayed a refugee until now. So what about the Palestinian refugees? Help them find life. 75 years they don't live in Israel. You know that the Palestinian refugee right, it's going from a father to a son, from father to a son, only if you are a Palestinian refugee. So maybe here in Beverly Hills, you can find a guy with a pool table and a swimming pool and a expensive car in his yard, a great house, and because his grandfather flew from Israel, Palestine, in 1948, he is considered to be a Palestinian refugee also today. This phenomena is nothing in the world. There is nothing to compare to it. This crazy phenomena. Why? Anti-Semitism. Yeah, okay. So what about Gaza? What about the fact that the Palestinian Authority gives money, pay to people who murder Jews? You know, if you want to get rich in the Palestinian Authority, only thing that you need to do is kill a Jew because you get money for life. You get a monthly salary, your family will get a monthly salary, and you have respect in your town. That is great. I didn't see the BDS criticize that. Pay to slay. What the fuck? Sorry. And this is life. And so, again, but it's very hard to debate and to even talk about those kind of stuff when people have no idea what is good and what is bad. You can go with ISIS flag in Berkeley, California, and people will say, wow, you're a courageous guy, I salute you, ISIS flag, yeah. But if you're going with Israeli flag, the country that provides, again, human rights and civil rights more than most of humanity, oh, you are a Nazi, don't go with this flag. Unbelievable. I saw in one of the signs here that Jake Ladin showed, the word hate with the Magen David, with the David cross, and the word love with the Nazi symbol. This is chaos. We are living in a chaotic time, okay? This is unbelievable. And this is life. This is our surrounding. Now, so first of all, I want you to know something. You guys, you Turning Point USA guys and girls. I want you to know that I'm telling you guys, before you think you are the defenders of the United States, before you think you are the defenders of Israel, I'm telling you, you are the defender of the first page of Genesis, the first page of the Bible. And we are all forced to this situation. We don't want that. We are conservatives. We care about other stuff. We don't want to debate on stupid things. We want to debate on deep philosophical ideas. But this is not the situation. Another thing that I want to talk about, I thought, by the way, my speech will be longer, but I felt that I touched all the points, and I feel that you got it. So, yeah. So I want to tell you another thing. One of the differences between conservatives around the world and the globalists is actually also, comes also from, by the way, from Moses, from the Bible. Because Moses believed that every country is supposed to have its own borders. When the Israelites went to the desert and were on the way to Israel, and they were supposed to cross the Esav area, and Moses said, don't touch the Esav land. It's not yours. Every nation, every people is supposed to have their own boundaries, their own borders. Borders, right? Today, if you are saying that you are for strong borders, then you are a racist, right? If you are, it's funny, if you are for a strong immigration policy, then you are a racist, Islamophobe. Crazy. But Moses probably was also a racist and Islamophobe if he was living today. He said that every country is supposed to have their own country, their own culture. The globalists, by the way, were exactly the opposite. The Bible saw the imperialist idea as an idea to make people slave. What is Egypt? Egypt was all about conquered all the world, make everybody slaves, and in the situation of slaves, it will be peace. Everybody are bend to me, now this is peace, okay? All empires were like this. The Romans were like this also. What is Pax Romana? They conquered everything they could, make everybody slaves, and then everything is okay. What is the European Union is trying to do? Make no borders, no boundaries, no men and women, no nothing. And like this, at the end of the day, the Bible is saying you will be a slave. Soviet Union was the same. Equality to everybody. Everybody would be poor and happy. So everybody was slaves. That is wrong. Okay, the United States, by the way, is saying exactly the opposite. What is America first? And when you come to an American patriot and say, you are America first, but I am Israel first. What do you always say? Good, I'm happy for you. You have Israel first. I have America first. Let's shake hands. This is good, because we are not globalists. We want every one of us to flourish in his own place. And we can help one each other, but we respect one each other. This is anti-globalism. Now again, and I'm finishing, and then if someone want to, maybe I will have time for a question, if someone have. But it is very, very important for me to tell you, when you're going back to your own fight club, yes, your own debate club, your own fight environment, when people see you as an enemy because you're coming with the truth, and the truth is frightening a lot of people because people want to get us to chaos, unformed and void. This is what they want. And we are the conservatives. We want to conceive. We want to defend the values who made civilization what it is. And the West today is very sad to say, but quite sick. Now it's our time to be strong, because you defend the good. You are the good guys. And together in God's will, we will win. Thank you. And don't be afraid. If someone wants to ask a question, please, and if not, I'm going down. Yeah.
It seems like secular Jews in the United States, unfortunately, have been seduced by leftism, whereas both more observant and more secular Jews in Israel, especially young Jews, are seeing the value in conservatism. And I wonder how we can emulate that here.
So first, about Im Tirtzu, what we are doing, I think our main mission is to go and spread around the world that don't take things for granted. Okay, don't take things for granted. To have Israel in a sea of bloodshed, this violent neighborhood that we are living, and in Israel is such an amazing country, we just need to educate the people how amazing it is and how important it is. We want to strengthen our society and that they will remember the values that Israel is based on, okay? And it is very important because people, if Israel will have, if the society in Israel will not appreciate their life, if the society in Israel will take things for granted, then we will collapse for sure. So in Israel, it's not a game. There are countries, for example, that can go to a very, very deep political problems, okay? עדן, איך אומרים משבר? Political crisis. There are some countries that can get, Russia, just for example, okay, it was Soviet Union fell, but Russia stayed, okay? The Russians continue to live, okay? If Israel will fall, it will be another Holocaust. This is not a game. We are not playing a game. So Israel must be strong, and the society in Israel must believe in it. The United States, I think about this country a lot because, in my opinion, millions of people around the world owe their freedom to the United States. This is something unbelievable. South Korea, Western Europe, Israel, countries in Asia, countries in Africa owes their freedom, owes their life to the United States. So United States, if we will change its character and will not be the United States that we love, and maybe the Americans will not disappear because we don't have huge enemies on your border. But I'm telling you, bloodshed around the world will get crazy. When the United States does not exist, we will have tremendous bloodshed around the world. We will, as North American, we will be the first people who will feel it. Look what is going on in the Middle East now. When Donald Trump was around, Putin didn't have the courage to go after Ukraine, right? Okay. In Obama time, ISIS was huge in the Middle East. So I think you must continue. You must continue to educate your people to be strong, know what is Genesis, yes, understand the differences, and keep America alive. More than make it great, keep it alive for all humankind. I hope I answered more or less. Thank you, guys. God bless you.